Hello, and welcome everyone to our live discussion about magical creatures. I am Luna, your host for this evening, and joining me from his Druid groove uh, is the Druid. Hello, Druid. Hi,
Hello.
Jan.
Good evening, Luna. Greeting to you and to all our viewers and listeners. I am Jan, the Druid, and here to share uh, ancient knowledge and stories of the magical beings that inhabit our world and our spirit world.
Mm. Before we start the discussion, I would like to quickly check if we are fine here. Yes, I can see us, so we can jump straight away. Hello to our lovely viewers. Feel free to join with some comments and say hello. So, recently, actually, what is very funny, both Jan and me are facing voice difficulties today, especially Jan, but my voice is not as smooth as it usually should be. So it is interesting what energy wise is going on. We have upcoming 8 portal, the Lion's Gate, which is a really strong energy, as well as we just had new moon, not mentioned on top of that, Mercury retrograding. So if you see some problems with communication, like literally problems with your voice, with expressing whatever, problems with transportation, moving, uh, machines glitching, computers not working, don't worry, it's just temporary. It's a little bit crazy energy up in the sky, in the astrological realms. This shall pass too.
Oh, everything shall pass,
And
fortunately.
Anna says hello, and what a synchronicity. So we're starting, it's just 2 minutes, and we're already starting to talk about synchronicities with our viewers and what's going on in the magical realm. So the discussion we had about magic wouldn't be full without talking about and discussing magical creatures. So we decided that it's going to be a separate episode because those beautiful creatures are worth mentioned and there are so lovely energies to work with.
Right.
When I would ask you, Jan, about mystical creatures, what comes to your mind first as you hear a magical creature?
Yeah, we have, as you saw in the title, we have magical creatures, mystical creatures, even liminal creatures. There are creatures that are not necessarily part of the world of the manifesting world of most people, manifested world. Um, Mythical, meaning they are represented in our myths and our legends. Magical, they are magic creatures. They defy gravity. They defy the laws of physics. They defy everything, and they have various ways of making themselves known to us. Then we also have liminal creatures, and liminal creatures are borderline creatures that live with one leg in the manifested world and with one leg in a mythical world. Um, and
Could you
then,
give us examples of both?
yeah, yeah. Of course I can. Of course I can. Um, the mythical creatures is the container, and the liminal creatures and the magical creatures are both subdivisions of it. So we have the magical creatures like dragons, unicorns, pegasi. What more do we have? Um, yeah, centaurs and everything. Um, these are all creatures that live in myths, in legends, that come to us in dreams and in meditations, that show up as real for us, and we can work with them. When you go a bit, let's take it a step further, then you have the liminal creatures. That's the ones that live on the threshold between the various states of existence. Here in Ireland, we have a very well known type, It's called the banshee. So she's a folklore creature, but people hear the banshee when someone is about to die that night. So the banshee is the one that comes and brings, is the harbinger of death and transition. So when someone is about to die, you hear the banshee. The same goes for Anubis, the Egyptian god with the human body and the dog head, has a similar role as representing bringing us from this life to the other life, the Grim Reaper. We also have Chiron, the centaur, the horse with the human corpse, the human body, half man, half horse, and he acts as a bridge between the human and the divine. So embodying wisdom, embodying healing. So these are the liminal creatures. Then we have the mythical creatures, and then we can think of mermaids. Of course, mermaids could also qualify as liminal, but yeah, especially dragons, unicorns, pegasi, griffins, um, all these animals that we usually don't see in the manifested world.
Hmm. Well, tonight we will focus on just a few of them, which guess who picked which creatures we're going to talk about. They're definitely my favorite ones.
Good.
So tonight I would love to focus on a creature you mentioned already a few times, which is the dragons, as well as the mermaids, fairies, and angels and unicorns.
Yeah.
So let's dive deep and
Good.
let's maybe start from the dragons, because dragons are probably the most famous and most popular within the culture. I would say, don't you think? It's just
I, they're extremely popular, and
yeah.
they even grew in popularity by Game of Thrones, where we had, of course, the Mother of Dragons, and but also in my own tradition, the Druid tradition, we have a very well known deck. That's the Druid Animal Oracle, and it contains all the mythical creatures from the Druid's life, the hare, the stag, the boar, all of them, but also the four dragons are there, the four elemental dragons. So um, they have truly remarkable powers. But since we have four elements, and we have one dragon for each of the elements. I can show you the cards from that deck as a start.
Yeah.
Here we have the first one on the left is the air dragon.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. The second one is the fire dragon. That's where we live now in the time of fire. The third one is the upcoming one in autumn. We have the water dragon, and back in winter we end up with the earth dragon. So four dragons for each of the elements, but also for each of the seasons. Isn't that
Mm.
lovely?
But what if there is somebody watching this show and not knowing what a dragon is? Well, dragons are majestic and powerful creatures and known of their incredible strength and intelligence. They are definitely ancient beings, often seen as keepers of wisdom, guardians of great treasures, guardians of the earth, of specific beautiful places or sacred places on earth. They are unique. As Jan mentioned, they embody elements. And in my feeling of the dragons, they hold their wisdom and protection, and that's something many people would be scared of. But if your energy is right, the dragons won't hurt you. It's the opposite. They are the protectors. And I love the energy of dragons. It's great to use when we need to remove some obstacles, when we need like a powerful fiery energy. Dragons can boost that energy, like this fire dragon here, for example. I love to have and work with dragons himself. And because I have actually at least a deck of cards with creatures we talk here about, we decided today that on the go, while we're talking about the certain creatures, I will pull a card, or Jan will pull a card, and with the information from the dragons to whoever is watching this and needing some guidance, dragons, actually a silver dragon illuminates your potential with the higher light. I will show you the beautiful, beautiful card. Look
Oh,
at
it's
this.
yeah.
So the dragon is holding here the key, the fire of potential. And the silver dragon to me connects with the feminine energy, the lunar energy. Access untapped resources, look into your soul, see higher possibilities. So, right now, if you're watching this, you're lucky because you're about to enter in a time where you be able to see more and tap deeper within your own potential. It's beautiful. We also have Dark Blue Galactic Dragon. I'll show you the card first. Look at this beautiful, beautiful deep color. And it says, this dragon helps you to listen to the voice of the universe. So the universe is guiding us right now. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint. So it's important now to focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. If you have a goal, if you want to reach a goal, a certain thing, you just need to become that person who thinks like the person who's already done it. It's really, really important. But it's also to tap and trust into your own potential, access cosmic wisdom and enter higher service. So the dragons are reminding you here about going within, especially during the Mercury retrograde time, because there will be a lot of guidance and wisdom coming from within, and you will be able to have access to that. And last but not least, we have a rose pink dragon. Beautiful rose here, rose petals. So it's probably going to be about something about love. And the rose pink dragon prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of cosmic heart, which means energetically you're upgrading, you're connecting with a sense of higher love. Open your heart to warm hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. Hello, Magda. I'm not surprised that you just say a comment when the pink dragon with roses appears. Magda is an embodiment of a rose, especially recently. Yesterday, we had the new moon circle celebrating the new moon, and rose deck was the one Magda brought to the circle. So again, synchronicities, synchronicities, synchronicities. And we're very
Mm,
happy to have you here, Magda, live as well with us tonight.
yeah.
We're glad you made it. Yes, so dragons. I love dragons.
Yeah.
Their energy is very strong, very powerful. Um, yes. Uh, what are your experiences with dragons? Do you
Yeah.
work with them? Do you feel them? How does
Yeah.
that work for you?
For me, working with animals, especially spirit animals, also mythical animals, in general, I work with three methods. I've the most important one, and I'll share that the information I have on that is when an animal shows up. So when a dragon shows up into your life, what what does it mean? Um, there's also a possibility to go different. When you have a specific problem, you can call upon the dragons, or you can um, even go further and connect as with the dragons, with a dragon or the dragons as your spirit animals. But especially when a dragon shows up in your life. So when you dream about a dragon, you wake up and you have dreamt about a dragon, or when in meditation, uh, when deep into yourself the dragon shows up, this means you're emerging into a new phase of your life, one where you'll be taking more risks and yet be more vulnerable, but you can be well protected by the dragon.
Mm,
Do more of the kinds of activities that bring passion into your life. And
Wonderful.
yeah, you're having a past life connection to a time when earth-based spiritual practices were predominant when the dragon shows up. And you're entering into a period of considerable prosperity, wealth, riches. I love that. So spend some time regularly in meditation or contemplation with the dragon, and you'll receive some valuable insights and inspiration.
Mm. But I think what's worth mentioning, it's not always has to be a symbol in a meditation. All of a sudden, you may see a child with a dragon on the t-shirt, and then few steps later, you will see a billboard with a dragon as well. Because the way the messages come through us are not always in the meditation. Sometimes spirit will want to connect with you, or will want to actually cause you to pay more attention to something. So those repetitive symbols will appear, and you will feel that, okay, that's something about it. It's not coincident that I saw 3 dragons today, for example, in different places or conversations.
Yeah,
Because that's the
definitely,
magic of the universe and how it works.
definitely. And like you said, it doesn't have to be in meditation. It can be
Mm,
in various forms, like 11:11 on the clock. You
exactly.
know, it can be you just when you're open to it and you notice it, that's the time to go in and to investigate what can a dragon do for me? What does it bring?
Mm.
What does it mean? And you'll find the some of the things that I said, and maybe other things. Yeah. So, what more do we have on dragons, or shall we move on to the next topic?
I think we could talk about next beautiful creatures because there is few of them queuing up. Another magical would be unicorns, one of my favorites, actually, purest creatures of light. Oh, just a second, we have a question about the dragons. What does it mean if you see a baby dragon? That's an interesting question. I would say because the dragons represent to me courage, I would say that if you see a baby dragon, this could be somehow equivalent of the little courage you have within you, or maybe it's the opposite, because usually babies are the ones which are fearless. So maybe it's about to tap into that fearless part of us and be more courageous.
Yeah,
Not sure. You have to ask yourself what that symbol represents
yeah.
to you.
It was already a bit in what I said there that there will be new opportunities coming, new wealth, new richness. Babies, of course, are bringers of growth, of new life, of new opportunities. The babies, the babies are the fools from
Mm,
the tarot. You know, they step wildly into the unknown. They become magicians. They go through a whole new life. So it may be time to, yeah, to step into your next life phase.
beautiful,
Changes, yeah,
beautiful.
being
Absolutely.
reborn. Yeah,
All right. Well, let's jump to my beautiful, beautiful unicorns.
unicorn. Yeah.
Yeah. Unicorns are come as a like a physical form. They come in a form of a horse with one long. What is it? It's not a horn. It's what is it?
You can call it.
But
Or
yeah, it's a horn. It's like a spiraling horn on their foreheads. And to me, unicorns are just pure essence of magic. They're the purity, their grace, just like horses. Um, like especially white horses, they very often have that unicorny energy, and that horn is that most magical part of the unicorn. They say that it's the essence of magic is hidden in that horn, um, and they will help to bring some purity in into the life. um, they embody innocence, kind of like a remind me a little bit of the inner child energy with this purity, with this ability to see and create magic.
yeah, yeah. I love it. It's a unicorn is a creative creature. It's a bringer of creativity and artistic interest and stuff. And yeah, like in the card here, uh,
Oh,
you hardly
wow.
see the horn, but it's from the magical deck that I have here, the magical creature.
Mm,
Maybe a few fun anecdotes about unicorns. There's also, of course, a horsey creature which is called the Pegasus.
mm.
And I know many years ago there was an artist in the UK, and he said, let's create a mix of a unicorn and a Pegasus. It was a unipeg, so it was a unicorn with wings.
Yes, that's a pure essence of the magic. Absolutely.
And another interesting thing, Aluna, do you know the Kerry unicorn on the N22?
I am afraid to ask.
That when you go from my house in the direction of Cork, the
Yes,
road,
there is a unicorn. Yes, that's
yeah,
right.
it's this one.
Yes, it's lovely actually. I love that.
Yeah, it's high above the main road, and in a corner, so you see it, and it's uh, some people say it was a horse and the horn on it, a prancing horse, and the horn on its head is to fend off lightning. But I don't believe that. To
I'm
me,
sorry, it's a unicorn. That's it. End
unicorn.
of discussion.
End of
Problem sorted
discussion.
by
Boom.
Luna and the Druid.
We officially declare this one on the Cork and Kerry county bounds a unicorn.
Yes, that's correct.
And
Iron Fire horse. Speaking of horses, you just show up when we talk about unicorns. Talking about magic. Iron Fire horse says that she has a beautiful picture with dragons in the sky on fire. That's a video actually. I was trying to say it out of the memory, and I would love to see that. Dragons come very often in the clouds, in the mountains as well. Like I live on the dragon land, but it's a secret. And then yes, unicorns are the best. Those are one of my favorite creatures too. Um, and they are majestic. Just like what is really interesting. While Jan was talking, I pulled a few cards, and one of them is to see that golden horn as well, just like on that statue you
yeah,
showed. Yes. But of course, just to have some fun today and pull loads of cards, I got and pulled 3 cards with like a general message to everyone who's watching it, so it will resonate with you all. First of all, talk about your feelings. I already showed you this card. It is important to tell a friend how you feel. You don't have to, if there's something you're going through, you don't have to carry it by yourself on your own. It's good to have a conversation and share it, and almost like unload your load from the heavy back. But also, it may be a case, especially around Mercury retrograde, that communication may be challenging, and it would be beneficial to just talk about the feelings the way they are. So being authentic about expressing your feelings. I'm feeling here as well. And the white cat is a symbol to me of purity and like good, pure intentions. And white cats are very spiritual, are very, very high, purified energy they bring. Also, we have, it's funny that I mentioned that because the next card is love heals fear. I'll show you the cards. So there is like a couguar or that type of panther here. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people to be less afraid. So perhaps if you're watching this, you may be dealing with some negative energy, some bullying, somebody not wishing you well, somebody having a strong opinion about you. The best way to approach is to have love in your heart and see it from their perspective. That's what unicorns suggest in this situation. And last but not least, we have You'll soon see that this change will make things better. Hello and goodbye. So, if there are changes you're going through, the result of them will be something way beyond your imagination. The universe has your back and protects you. And even though it may be challenging at this time, even though it may be very intense, like there is a lot of busyness on this card, there is somebody here giving you a helping hand, and this all will work out for the better. The secret and magic ingredient is to let go of the old in order to make space for the new to come.
Yeah.
So that's me and the unicorns for now.
I have a lovely a bit of information. April the 9th, so put that in your calendar. April the 9th is Unicorn Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, World Unicorn Day. So,
I think I know where I'll be dancing, and on the
yeah,
9th of April with that unicorn
with the
on top of
unicorn,
that
yeah.
wheel.
So what I'll do is what what happens when you see unicorns in your dreams or in pictures or like tonight on Luna and the Druid or in a movie, The Last Unicorn or whatever movie there is about unicorns or on T-shirts, cartoons, whatever fantasy books, unicorns. There we have one, a majestic unicorn. And
Mm.
when you meet him, it's vital that you pursue any creative or artistic interests that you've suppressed until now. Let it out. You'll notice more signs and visitations from nature spirits and elemental kingdom, such as fairies and sprites. So when you see a unicorn, let go of your worries and responsibilities for a while and just play and have fun. Suspend your disbelief and open yourself to perceiving any and all helping spirits from the non visible world. You're going to meet some gifted children who have unusual artistic and creative talents, and you'll learn some important things from being around them. So go out because you're going to experience a surge in your personal power. Use it wisely.
Mm. Interesting. Lovely.
Yeah.
Beautiful message, actually, and the beautiful description. What I could add to it is unicorns, just like horses, bring a lot of healing energy and healing power. So it's good to connect with that aspect of that pure, beautiful, high vibrational healing energy. And just like Jan said, um, it's like the horn is points out in the direction of take a leap of faith. This is the where courage goes.
And for the unicorn, probably the horn is its third eye. It's an
Absolutely,
indication of the third eye. Look at it.
absolutely. That's exactly what it is. Mm,
It's intuition.
beautiful,
It's
beautiful picture.
yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Unicorn Day, 9th of April. Well, let's do an episode then. Let's put it that
Celebrate unicorns.
way.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Sorry, guys, I am having so much fun today. My inner child is just super, super happy that we talk about magical creatures. I'm just very excited because it's not very often that we can have those type of conversations in open without people looking at you like you're crazy. Because good crazy is good, as they say. Moving on. Another beautiful set of creatures, this time water creatures, are, I think, my favorite mermaids, represented by an image of a half woman and the tail of the fish. The reason I love mermaids is because they are just like the ocean and they represent the duality of the ocean, which I see as a duality of life, duality of the universe, duality of everything, basically. Mermaids are enchanting beings of the ocean. Um, they are known for the mesmerizing songs, and which can actually lure sailors. Um, and to me, they are protectors of the ocean, protectors of the depths and the secrets, more like a scorpion energy type of things, which Scorpio as a zodiac sign is connected to the element of water. And mermaids represent to me that deepest of our emotions. So if we want to tap within our own emotions more, it's good to work with mermaids.
Yeah, I don't, for myself, know not much more than the mermaid in Copenhagen, which is in the harbor, and it's more it's like a mermaid that would lure ships to uh, to them, and they go yeah, they go crazy. And of course, I know the Little Mermaid, I Ariel.
Oh, not so little.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, they're mythical creatures. What I'm most attracted to is the history of the Selkie, which is the mermaid, more or less sea
Well, you see,
seal
Silky is not a mermaid
not
because she comes
yeah,
within the skin of a
seal.
seal.
See, that's correct. That's correct. But when you peel off the seal, and take them on dry land, a woman appears. So they're half water creature, half uh, persons. And legend goes that one one man on the Orkneys fell so in love with the woman he found in the Selkie that he took her home and never let her go until she yeah, well, until she was set free in the end, of course, because
Hmm.
the story should have a happy ending for the Selkie. But they
Well,
got
I know a
children.
different story about Selkie.
Oh,
Selkie was in the ocean, and then that's where she fell in love with a human. So that's why she took her skin off to become a perfect wife for that man. And she was but then that man, when he found out who she really is, he hid the skin so she couldn't go back to the sea. There is a beautiful movie, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Undine. It's Colin Farrell and Alicia Bachrada-Zurus. It takes place in County Cork. I absolutely love this movie. It's great, and I recommend to watch if you want to find out more about Silky, because the movie is all about the Silky. Fantastic story. Totally recommend watching.
I haven't seen it, but I
Oh,
gotta look it up.
it will be a treat, especially that Colin Farrell uses Cork accent. So it's pretty cool to watch it when you live in Ireland.
Of course, Cortex is this special anyway.
Yes. So while we were talking, I pulled three cards. I think it's the magic of number three today. And the first one is, I think, one of my favorites. What else card we could have than not divine magic? If we talk about magic, extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. So it's amazing how this reading is actually going through one story to another. And it's a conversation that right now, whatever is happening is divinely orchestrated. It's divine playing out its magic. There is a reason why we entered this season of celebration with Lunasa. This is the time of sowing first rewards, and that's what it is as well. If you planted seeds, if you put certain action and proper care, now it's the time to see those seeds bringing fruits, and divine magic is definitely um, taking part within it right now a lot. Another one is a treasure chest. So there is some gold to about to be discovered, Unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. So it's a it's a another. Uh, I've lost the word. Not connection. When you, oh my goodness, what's going on with my brain today? I blame it on the Mercury
Of
retrograde.
course,
Anyway,
blame for
this
everything.
is a message that yes, this is just the beginning. You have to let go of the old, make sure to have a room for the new to come, because this is a confirmation. That was the word I was looking for. That you're about to enter a new beautiful period of your life where abundance will flow out of every direction. And I think this is a specific message somebody here needs to listen to, because we have a message about self-employment. So whoever is their own boss, this is the message for you. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. So especially for those who work for themselves, this is the time of opportunities coming to you in crazy amount. Like look at this foam here in the sea.
Wow.
It's just a lot. So there will be a lot of movement, a lot of energy. Some things may look chaotic, but they will just, um, they are divinely guided and divinely orchestrated for your business to grow and for you to grow.
Mm.
Whew, interesting.
Yeah. Well, I have a card for with a mermaid energy. We have the Princess of Cups.
Mm.
She walks on the water, and yeah, to me, she represents carefreeness. Sometimes you could call it negative, but I especially call it positive because it fits the mermaid story. Lack of responsibility, forgetting things, being forgetful, consciously being forgetful, and dancing through life. She walks on water, but she dances on water. So her message to you is, whenever you're worried, whenever you feel dragged down by life, whenever you think my responsibilities are too much, let go. Let go a little. There's space for it. And
Mm.
another card that showed up, and that's very lovely because that's card in this deck. It's card number 8, adjustment or justice, balance, balancing act. And the 8 is significant because we live in a year that's an 8 year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, 2024. That's 8. And that's 8 is the number of justice. And of course, 8 is the number of eternity when you put it on the side, the Lemniscat. So,
Mm.
eternal balance,
Yes.
and let go of too many responsibilities. Free your.
Especially that mermaids are eternal creatures.
There you have it.
What's funny is you pointed three times the word forgetful, and I think that's for those who know me, they know that I am a mermaid, and forgetful is a part. It just comes with a description. It comes with a job. Yeah. So yeah. So at least now I know that I can blame it on the mermaid
On the
part of
mermaid,
me.
you. Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course.
Yes.
And you're a dancer as well, my dear.
Yes. Well, listen.
And like I said, I call this card the dancer. All
Beautiful.
the court cards in the tarot have I have nicknames for them just
Mm,
to remember them.
beautiful. I
That's
absolutely love it. Just to show you, if you've been wondering how a mermaid looks like, this
all.
beautiful, beautiful deck. Um, Perhaps I can use this one for a pick a pile at the very end of our today's live show.
Why not? Why not?
Guys, any questions about the mermaids before we jump into another beautiful creatures, which are the creatures of the element of earth, mostly, as well as air. Creatures who love to live in the forest and are type of sometimes mischievous creatures. And I'm talking here about the fairies. So fairies are usually delightful creatures. They can be found, as I said, around forests, around meadows as well. They are very small, winged creatures, and they possess that deep connection with nature. Uh, and they use the plant magic, the nature magic, in order to create. Um, they are very light energy, even though they are very, their connection with the earth is very grounded. They are very light, magical creatures. They can bring you dust of magic and help you on your everyday's path. So it's good to connect with them while you're walking in nature and ask them to bring you their goods in working around small steps, small things, because they're tiny.
They are. They can be big as well, but especially the Irish type of fairies, the leprechauns and everything. Uh, yeah, and then and they live. They're very liminal too. Like they live in this world and they live in other worlds, and they can even
Mhm.
lead you astray. You can get lost with them. And for the ones who love fairies, I truly recommend um, look into the work of the artist called Josephine Wall. Uh, Josephine, and then Wall, and she creates the loveliest magical fairy images, like this one.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
actually have a deck with her art, and
Have
that's
you?
absolutely
Oh,
wonderful and beautiful. Okay,
we bring it
because
in the show.
I'm gonna pull a card from that deck as well.
Super.
Here, mystical wisdom. I have this one. This is such a
Oh
beautiful deck.
yes, yeah.
So perhaps I'll leave it for the pick a cards as well, but it's in my head too late. I'm pulling a card now
Of course.
because this deck came through. There we have confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. I'll show you what
Oh,
we have here. We have a dragon here. We have a wild cat on this card. What else? I'll put it closer. Look how deeply, how many symbols is. The closer I bring the card, the more you can see here. The rainbows. There is a symbol of goat, the butterfly, as well, which represents to me the energy of transformation. However, there are fairies here hidden. So what to me it seems like if you're going through some sort of battle or if there is a challenge ahead of you, make sure that you have energy to go on that venture in the first place. But if you do, remember that you're not alone. There are protectors who will help you on that journey.
And fairies are often very mischievous.
Yes, absolutely.
Like the fairy that turned on the wrong microphone. That when I turned off my to cough, I coughed while you were,
Yes,
yeah, and so
we
I
heard that.
normally I do this, I turn it on again, but it was the microphone in my webcam that took over. And
Anyway,
oh shy.
but
Well,
that's a
now you're
really
here.
good example to me, because not all fairies will be super helpful, act like a fairy godmother. Some will
No.
hide your keys the moment when you're in a rush the most, and they have a good fun in it as well. The mischievous is the right word, because they like to have fun and they love to have fun when we're involved
Yeah.
in it as well. But they're absolutely harmless creatures. Sometimes it's just like that body who will always make fun out of you. That's that type of
Yeah,
energy,
yeah,
but pure
like
and
missing my
innocent.
microphone when I want to
Yeah,
cough.
exactly. Let's blame it on the fairies.
Oh, I definitely do. You naughty fairies.
Yes. So
Let's not.
I picked again three cards. I think the three will be always and forever my number in terms of picking cards. So first of all, we have lost and found. And I'm immediately drawn to a symbol of a cat here. So perhaps somebody may experience something going on with their cats. Remember, if they will get lost, they will get found. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. To me, the way I feel this card, it may not be about physical things as well. However, some of you watching may actually be actively looking for something you've lost. However, the way I feel it, it's perhaps the passion we had for something and it's lost, passion for another person, something which was, but it's not anymore, which was lost, which was somewhere uh, out of your reach for now. You will be able to re-tap into that energy or connection, maybe to reconnect with that forgotten part of yourself. Um, Very interesting energy. So something is about to re-enter your life again. We also have inspiration. Look at this
Oh
beautiful
yeah.
fairy dancing on the middle with the flowers. Be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from a fairy of inspiration. So ask them, invite a fairy of inspiration to come to your life and things start to flow. Come dusk or dawn, she can call anytime. So it would be good to have a little notebook and a pen always wherever you are and just write down, because especially from today for the next couple of days, you will have those blasts of inspirations. You will have ideas which will be pure gold. We had that treasure chest before in the previous reading. So the elements of inspiration will come through you very potently in the next couple of days. But you need to also find motivation to take action towards those thoughts and dreams and inspirations which will come, because you will be guided, you will be literally shown what you need to do. However, it's in your hands to make it happen. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there is something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say, get busy and do it. And I'm actually in that energy for the last couple of days as well. I'm on fire with ideas, with things which flow to me. I'm creating few coaching programs and things are just coming that sometimes it's hard for me to literally write everything down so I could read it, because it's like my hand is on fire. So be prepared, because that type of energy may come to you as well. You will notice that inspiration and just please make things happen. And that's what will bring you to the new chapter and level of abundance. Yes, that was a long message, but it
Yeah.
had to go out. Yes. Have you got anything from
I
the fairies for
I
us?
have one card from the fairies, and look at it. We found the universe card.
Mm.
The one that trumps the world card, actually. The world card we see so much in the tarot, and in this deck we don't have a world card. We go straight into the universe, like it's like winning the lotto, and the fairies can help you there. They can help you lose your key, like Iron Fire Horse just said. I lost my key. Well, the fairies did it, or make you uh, turn your microphone open when you think you've closed it. But also they can help you on the way forward. They can help you realize your biggest potential, realize your dreams, realize everything. And maybe this is a good bridge to our next topic, Luna.
Yes, speaking of creatures with wings, lastly, I would love to bring to the table today my beloved, beautiful angels,
Angels.
who I
Yes.
actually started to work with magical creatures, and that was the angels where I connected firstly on my journey. Um, Angels are divine beings. They're like servants of the God, which connect the realms between the heaven and the earth. They are our helpers, they are our protectors. We all have our guardian angel assigned to just keep us safe. That's our well-being is their mission. But there's also plenty of other angels, archangels, as well. They're associated with the element of air as well as the light. They're like send the god's creatures. It's like the god would put himself in the form of a winged creature as well.
Yeah. I brought some archangels with me.
Mm.
I have Gabriel and Raphael and Michael. And of course,
Mm.
Michael is very important for us here in Kerry because we have Skellig Michael, the one that's the archangel, and Skellig Michael is on the Michael's ley line, so that's his ley line of the archangel Michael that connects uh, Skellig Michael that connects Le Mont Saint Michel in France and many other places with Michael in their name. And if you look them up, they're all on one on one line. If you put it
Mm.
over the map, and that's the Michael's line. Yeah,
Yeah.
love that one.
Well, angels serve as guardians and
Hmm.
guides. They are watching over humanity, basically, and they're providing comfort and peace. Like, as you can see, from here up to the almost very end, those are my decks. I'm not sure if you could see it on the camera. Those are my decks which connect with angels, specific angels, or certain groups of angels itself. So, to me, angels are the creatures I connect on everyday basis. And today I brought actually a tarot from the Guardian Angel Tarot. So let's see what is the message. Oh my goodness, we have the lovers. Open
Ah,
your heart. So your guardian angel says, allow love to grow and bloom all around you. You've waited for this emotionally fulfilling experience for such a long time, and now the time has come. Make your choices by listening to your heart and then following the steps you're guided to take. Joy will lead you to a vibrant and healthy life. I mean, you can't write this stuff. Every single message connects somehow to the messages before, and it's another confirmation that your actions, if they will be aligned with your heart right now, will bring you to a magical new chapter of your life, and you're guided and protected by the angels, of course. Beautiful, beautiful message.
yeah. Well, I have the message from uh, Gabriel,
Mm.
Archangel. It's actually from the Akashic Tarot.
Oh, wow.
It contains a lot of angels, but I found this one very good because we talk about Mercury retrograde, so it's about communication, and Gabriel is the divine messenger, the archangel of communication. Nope, there he is, of communication. He
Also,
comes with,
inspiration as well.
yeah, he comes with his trumpet and scrolls, as well as two gentle sparrows, signifying powerful yet peaceful expression. On his chest he wears the crest of Mercury, the god of communication. This loving angel carries the sacred words of truth into the world and brings them easily to you. When this card appears, it indicates a profound connection to this wonderful presence. Your power of expression is on the rise now. You will have an easier time communicating with others, expressing your feelings, and even working on projects involving communications. Oh,
Wonderful. I didn't know that you have a deck with angels as well.
well,
You keep surprising me every
of
time.
course.
Yes. All right. Guys, have you got any questions or maybe stories about those magical creatures we mentioned today? Obviously, it's more of them. I don't want you to think that there's just one or just five. We just wrote here
A selection.
selected. Yes, the one closest to my heart. Um, but I'm glad you mentioned also other magical creatures. I have a deck here, the Dark Dangerous deck, where it connects with all of the magical creatures, not just those fluffy and light, but those on the darker side as well. And I think when it comes to angels, it's worth mentioning that angels, because they are such a fluffy, good energy creatures, I noticed when I work with angelic decks, they're all sweet, nice. If there is a challenge, they will even talk in a very gentle way. And sometimes it's very needed, but sometimes I prefer to go to the truth rather than to have this fluffy kind of pink style of energy. Um, but yeah, that's interesting. What comes out when I connect with the angels. They're very soft, very protective, and I can see that by working with those decks. Those decks are very gentle always, and sometimes you need truth into your face. Angels wouldn't be the right direction to go. All right, I can't believe that it's nearly the end of our
Yeah.
today's show. So, as I promised, I am bringing a pick a card with a personalized message for you guys. Oopsie, just a second. Let me show you the cards here. Card number 1 is the pink one here. This is the angelic realm. Here, the middle one, let me show you this card here, is the one which Jan mentioned, and that's the outer. And the last but not least, we have here the energy of the mermaids. So number 1, number 2, or number 3. It's a bit complicated, but okay, we'll do. If you picked number 1, angelic energies, this is a romance angel deck, and the message is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So perhaps you made the choice asking about the situation in your love life or situation with your project. It's all about, or whatever it is, it's all about staying optimistic and having open art for, or an open heart for a positive outcome. And right now, it's really important to keep track of your thoughts and don't let the negative thoughts creep in. That's what I'm receiving. If you picked this card, number 2, oh wow, it's interesting because you picked a unicorn. It says here, invite serendipity. So let magic into your life. Let it in. I want to show you the card closer because it's so colorful and beautiful. Perhaps there is a need to give your body some rest. Perhaps there is a need to dream a little bit more and connect with your life's magic. It's a beautiful, beautiful card here. And what I'm seeing is the Scorpio energy here on her neck. As well as I'm picking up on the Venus type of energy, which is love and beauty as well as finance. And so perhaps your focus is on one of those areas or all of those areas. If yet, it's about tapping into your own inner magic and letting that horn of magic guide you. Let that magic of yours guide you and show you the way. And last, if you picked mermaids, the beautiful card here is to trust. Trust within your own guidance, trust in yourself, trust that whatever happens in your life is meant to happen right now. It's meant to happen here and now in order for you so you could open that chest of treasure which is lying ahead of you. So that's me. Thank you very much. I
Wonderful.
hope this resonated and was helpful.
Yeah, it was. Thank you so much, Luna.
Now I will have to rewatch it and pick my own cards.
Yes, of course you have to. Yes. And just reset your memory first.
Oh, I never remember because it's just like a magic kind of erase. I never forget. I never remember what was in the reading itself.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you. What a lovely topic we had today. And I think we could go a bit further and go maybe a bit into the manifested world where we connect with the power animals because in meditation and working with animals, we can work with mythical creatures, we can work with angels, fairies, mermaids, unicorns, dragons, whatever. But we can also work with the animals around us, and maybe let's dive a bit into that and
Yeah.
see how we can work with that in a following episode. What about that?
We invite you next Monday where we're going to talk about spirit animals. That's a lovely idea. Absolutely. I love the animal kingdom. So that's going to be another interesting one. I hope, guys, you had fun today, just like I had. It was a great topic to
Fire.
finally discuss. Brought me loads of joy. I'm not going to lie. All right. Thank you so much. It was lovely having you again here with us. Thank you so much for your engagement, all your comments, all your energy and love.